I can't help but think when you're talking about the bus home and you having the crack and all that. Who was the best crack on that Clare bus?
Well, sure, I suppose the captain was kind of a bit of a leader, all right, you know what I mean? You know, we had a few more characters there as well, you know what I mean? And PJ O'Connell now, you know, the swagger of PJ, you probably see PJ playing like PJ was kind of the Georgie best of that whole team, you know what I mean? He had the 10 legs and the long hair, you know. And you know, he was the glamour boy, you know, he was a bachelor. They were all bachelors at that time. I think they're all married now. They're only grandfathers now, some of them, you know what I mean? But they were great, you know what I mean? There was great characters around it, you know, and they'd all given out song and things like that. And there was a great togetherness in the whole thing, you know. There was a great togetherness. Brian now Lohan like wouldn't be singing now and things like that, you know. He was a real serious man about his hurling, you know. Brian was thinking that the next day who'd be on and who he'd be marking and things like that. But he was a great crack as well, you know, when he got going, you know what I mean, you know. And look, that's what it's all about. As I said to you before in this program, it's brilliant memories, you know. But Daly, Anthony was a great old captain, you know, and he was up for the crack at every opportunity, you know what I mean. Liked an old pint as well, you know what I mean. Like the old fry up before the old thing and the Sunday morning of the match as well. The old kind of kilty pudding, he'd have a bit of that and things, you know what I mean, you know. Never worried too much about the diet at times and things like that. And I'll tell you one thing, lads, they weren't unfit either, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? They were well able to keep going for the 60, 70 minutes, you know what I mean? But it was great. It was great, you know, it was fantastic. But that was the time then. It's different times now, Shane. You don't even know the players now, Shane. You know, they're all helmets and things like that. You could play that time without the helmet, you know what I mean? They're all face guards, helmets and everything now. I think that's the one thing, I suppose, that's a bit of a drawback. I know health and safety has to come into it, but the players are not seen now, you know, they're, you know, just lucky enough, maybe you'd be at the matches and you'd see the players, but there's some of them maybe you wouldn't know at all, you know, because until they take off the helmet, you don't see them in the field. Whereas that time, everyone knew the players, you know what I mean? They knew the lads. And I remember there when we played you in the 97 Munster final, you know what I mean, Shane, below in Cork. And we were going to the Imperial Hotel. I think Gerald Lucknan told this one time as well, you know. And Gerald said to me, he said, the traffic, as you know, coming out of Cork is unbelievable, you know what I mean? So it's still unbelievable. I was there last Saturday night, it was unbelievable coming out of it. I wasn't home until 11:30, you know. But anyway, we said we'd walk up, you know. The bus went up to the Imperial Hotel. We said we went up the back way anyway. Just this fellow was anyway, he was having a sandwich, of course, typical from Tipperary with these sandwiches and these flask.
Fizzy orange, no?
Pardon?
Fizzy orange as well, maybe?
There was no fizzy orange. I'd say he had something fizzy, but it wasn't orange. I'd say he had, you know what I mean, you know. But anyway, we were passing out and he recognised Lucknan anyway, and he said, "Hi, Ger." He said, "Come here." He said, "Come here." He said, "Come here." He said, "Sign that whole programme there." He said, "For the wife," you know what I mean. So, well, what's her name? I think it was Mary or something. Best of luck, Mary, Ger. "You don't know how much she fucking hates you," he said, you know what I mean. "I'll have a great crack and I go home," he said, you know what I mean. So that was the kind of thing it was that time, you know what I mean, you know. So of course Ger, big laugh and things like that, and away we went, you know what I mean. But that's the way it was enjoyed too, you know what I mean. But they were brilliant days. They were, you know, and that's why I'm looking forward. Maybe I'd love if one of the games was played Saturday next week. I'd love to be at the two of them. I'd love to be at the Limerick Tip game. Obviously, I won't be at that one. I'll be at the Clare Cork game in Ennis, you know what I mean? So I'd love to be able to go to the two of them, because I'm sure, you know, there is great crack at matches and there's great fun, but there's great hurling and great sportsmanship as well. You know, you have to admire fellas that are out there with hurlers, you know, and they're playing 70 minutes, you know what I mean? And you rarely see a fella getting seriously injured in a hurling game, you know, from a slap of a hurley or anything like that. It's just wonderful to see it. It's completely our own, you know. It's completely our own. It's an Irish thing. No one give us this. We have it ourselves, and long may we have it. And the people coming after us, that they'll have it for a long time as well, because people can give out about GA, go and give out about the GA, but look, it has survived so long. It has survived so long, and to be all there and we're all gone as well, please God. You know what I mean?
But Tony, you only give out about something that you love, don't you? Really, because
because you love it, yeah. It's the same as giving out to the wife or something like that. You know what I mean? You know, or the husbands they give out to. You know what I mean?
And when you start not giving out at all, then you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, it is over. It is over. As the fella says, you know, this. He taught me, he was at train there one day, and he see my husband and wife, and they were holding hands. He said they're in serious trouble. You know what I mean? You know, been married for 50 years and you're holding hands. You know what I mean?
Hey Tony,